How did you get interested in playing music and being in a band?
Basically, it was rebellion from my parents. I had a strict upbringing, and pretty early on, I was like, "This is bullshit. Fuck this. What can I do?" And that was it. I got an electric guitar from my buddy Mike Spags when I was like, I don't even know, like 10 or something, after finding an old beat up, fucked up acoustic in my stepdad's closet that I, just learned power chords on, and that was that.
Oh yeah. How'd you get turned on to underground music?
My exposure to a lot of very mainstream and popular bands at a young age, like coming up with like, Green Day when Dookie had just come out, and everything Woodstock '94 and that era, all those big bands, I would listen to them, and then somebody would be like, oh, these guys sound like this, or they were influenced by this, and then all of a sudden it was Slayer, and I heard Slayer, and I was just like, I want to fucking break everything. This is what I want to do.
Fuck yeah. What is the coolest thing about being in a band?
The coolest thing is being on stage and playing and having a ton of fun with all your friends. That is the absolute paramount thing about playing in a band. It's just the amount of fun that you can have with all of your friends who have built this up, and all of you get to do it together. It's not something, you're not writing a book, and writing poetry in the corner by yourself. And some people do, that's cool, but for me, the coolest thing is being about to go out and everybody's drinking pitchers of beers and throwing beers and screaming and just having a good time, man. Just letting it all out from the work week.
Fuck yeah. What is the worst thing about being in a band?
Infighting, the stress it puts on you with your friends, and the same goes hand in hand with having all the fun. All the bullshit goes together too, and that's, everybody's got to share a little bit of blame, because sometimes shit gets fucked up and nobody wants to be held accountable for it. So you have to learn to kind of balance, and, everybody's a fuck up.
Oh yeah. What is the most memorable show you've ever played?
I don't know, man. I played a lot of shows. Memorable was probably in 2007. We were on a tour with Gangrene, and I had borrowed an RV from my uncle, and not only did the RV get all fucking trashed, but from us and Gangrene flying all over the place in it, we got to Orlando, and it was advertised as an all-ages show, but at the doors, there were like 40 kids who had tickets that they were like, no, it's 18 and up now. So we went around back, and all the kids couldn't get refunds, so we just opened up the bottom of the RV and started handing them drum hardware. And then we start, the guys at the back door were just not really paying attention. So every round, when one of us would go back out, we come in with 2 or 3 different kids carrying the drum shit.
Nice.
And they caught us, and then they told us we weren't going to play, and Gangrene was like, no, fuck that. If they don't play, we're not going to play. So
nice.
And it was off the fucking chain. It was out of this world. The whole place swung the whole time, and then back, we told us we weren't allowed back. We haven't been back there in 7 years.
That's awesome. What are your goals as a band, when you're in a band?
Have fun. I've been in bands that do the business route, and while that is a lot of fun, it takes a lot of work, and it's a lot more people than just the core band members. You need lawyers and managers and agents, and everybody's trying to fuck you. So you have to get a lawyer to make sure that the manager's not fucking you, and then you have to have the booker, and you have to have the manager to make sure that the booker's not fucking you. So it's just a fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, here's your 20%. So it's I don't know, man. The long-term goal for me now is to have fun, whether it's playing or producing, just doing what I love.
Hell yeah. Do you make money or lose money playing in a band?
Lose money, constantly. But it's awesome, because it's a trade-off. You're paying to have the fun, and sometimes you get that rare thing when you're in an underground band where you actually do get some money getting pulled in, there's no licensing deals or shit really for underground bands, or the type of music that any of us play. It's all about, you're paying to have fun. That's what it is. And it's worth it. It's every fucking penny of it.
Yep. Outside of being in a band, how do you make a living?
Well, you're looking at it, man. Produce records. I've worked for major, music retail corporations, Guitar Center, Sam Ash. I've done warehouse there, done sales there, and the last serious job I had before it was fuck off with the studio time was a luthier. All I did was repair and restring and set up and fix guitars for Guitar Center, and that was cool. But this is more cool.
Oh yeah. Hold on one second. What is the biggest crowd you've ever played for?
I don't know, man. We played in front of a bunch of big crowds. I can't even. I don't know, maybe 1,200 or something.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Something like that.
What's the smallest crowd you've ever played for?
0 people, or one dude in New York City. We had some show with the Yeah Yeah Yeahs or somebody, and they dropped, and then all of the other bands dropped, but nobody told us, and it was in the middle of Manhattan, so we showed up and parked illegally, and we load down, we get in there, and there was one kid in there who was tripping on acid, and he had just happened to come see us. So, and then when we were done, we played the whole set for him. He was stoked, but then he was like, hey, let's go smoke a joint. And we walked outside, and us being all Florida boys, this dude fires up a joint on the city in New York on the street. And we're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And he was just like, it's New York. Nobody cares. It's like, oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've kind of answered a little bit, but have you ever been on tour? Yes, you have. Where'd you go? And yeah.
I've been on fucking 7 U.S. tours or something. You do the whole U.S. I haven't done international, but yeah, I imagine it's a lot like the rest of the continental U.S. It's all right. It's fun. You have a lot of fun, but just like what I was talking about with losing money, you're gonna lose money, especially if you book it yourself or you don't have somebody management to check up with the promoters and make sure they're doing their jobs or anything.
Right.
Guarantees turn into door deals, and door deals turn into 10% of the bar real fast if nobody's communicating. And but touring, it's still one of my favorite fucking things, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat if somebody was like, let's go.
All right. That leads to 2 questions that I didn't actually ask you because I didn't really know your answers. One is, do you rent a van or do you have your own van when you go on tour?
Every time that Moral Decline has gone on tour, one of us has scammed our way into a van. There's some fucking crazy stories I can tell you wouldn't even believe about how we've gotten vans, but usually we will end up leasing or buying a van, destroying it, and then just leaving it wherever we got it when we're done, and then just leaving and ignoring the phone calls.
Do you take your equipment or backline?
No, we take our equipment. We always have, unless there's extenuating circumstances. You're going out for big shows or with a supporting band opening or something, and you guys do a gear share with an SUV and a van or something, or 2 bands in the van with a trailer.
Right.
So yeah, we usually bring our own stuff.
Cool. Oh yeah. If you had to give a new band advice on what you've learned playing in bands, what would you say to them?
Make sure that you're willing to sacrifice a lot of time and money to do what you love. It's worth it. It's tons of fun, and the lifestyle's not for everybody. So if if you're cozy with sleeping in a dumpster, have at it.
Oh yeah. Is your family supportive of your musical career?
At first when I was coming up, no, it was, you need to go to school for something, legit, be a teacher, do something, be a priest, fucking do something with yourself other than play music, because you're not going to be able to make a living with music, in any aspect. And I don't think they really thought beyond, I want to go out and play in a band and break shit and get drunk. I'm doing okay. So it's, hi mom, it's here, doing all right.
When you did work for other people, did you let them know that you played in a band, or?
Yeah, that was one of the cool things about working in music shops and with music is they're all really cool, and all the big companies that I've worked for, despite being big corporations, are pretty lenient. I was allowed I think 90 days off a year or something with gain leave to tour and do what I needed to. So that was pretty gnarly.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've also had jobs that I just quit because, going on tour, I was a game tester for EA Sports in 2009, and we were coming down to the deadlines, and one day in the middle of testing, we went to lunch, and I just didn't come back. The guys came and picked me up in the van, and I fucking went on tour.
Oh yeah. How is your local scene? Do you feel bands support each other, or do you feel that there's a competitive nature?
It's a little bit of both. Like, even with the competitive nature of certain bands in the scene, it's everybody's friends, so it's always cool. And it's not like a cutthroat competition thing. It's a like, hey, let's go up there and see who raises more hell tonight. You know, and everybody's drinking at the end of the night, having a good time. This scene is one of the coolest and most tight-knit punk rock scenes I've ever been involved in. I love it. I love all you guys and everybody involved. This place, you know, wouldn't be what it is, and I probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't as cool as it is.
Oh yeah. What do you think can be done to help improve the local music scene?
We need the younger kids to start playing more music and getting a little bit crazier. Like, these kids are, there's all like, you know, I'm not going to knock EDM or dubstep or anything that's popular now, but, you know, kids need to find, they need to kind of go take a step back from what they're getting fed, I think, and just kind of go balls to the wall. You know, make some noise, piss some people off. Like, complacency is never a good thing, especially in younger kids. And with a scene like we already have going, we're not getting any younger. And these kids that are coming out and seeing these shows that are kind of like, whoa, what is this? That maybe have never had a chance. You know, hopefully maybe it'll inspire them to go, you know, spend $30 on a guitar from their buddy and just start making noise and want to do something like that.
You have children. Do they understand that you play in a band and what that's all about?
She's like 1 year and 2 months, so I don't think she quite grasps exactly what I do, but she will grab my guitars and like I give her an acoustic where she'll, you know, smack on it, and she loves the fact that it makes noises. She rips the knobs off my mixers and stuff. Like, she loves to mix. Like, you know, I'll be mixing you guys or something, and she'll jump up here and just start and like smacking buttons. So we gotta hook that when she's here, but yeah, I think she's gonna be. She can already keep like a 120 solid clap. So I gotta get her a fucking drum set here.
There you go. Nice. How did Get Loud started, and what are your plans for it?
Well, it was actually just an idea. You know, I knew how to. I had the education of how to record and what to do, but it was all obsolete by the time I really kind of wanted to do something with it, like everything except technique. So I was just like, I had been to the Brass Mug on Florida, right? It was like a year after I moved here or something. I didn't really know a lot of people, but I saw Bleeding Money open for the Casualties, and it was fucking insane. It was so good, and I was like, oh, we gotta do something with these guys, and it never materialized. But like 6 months later or something, there was a post on Facebook from Tom, and he was like, hey, I believe it was, we don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, you know, when we have these 5 songs we need to record or whatever. And I was like, all right, fuck it. So I bought the gear like on my PayPal credit card and bought like an interface, and you know, and took my other credit card and got TV and a desk and everything, and it was just like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So we got all the mics, and we got a storage unit like where Morbid Angel used to practice and everything, and we set it all up with this 2-room setup, and it was garbage. And I told them, hey, come on in. So we did, and then we named it Get Loud because my buddies in Orlando, Travis and Artem and Steve, like, they would get so fucking obliterated drunk and out of their minds. They would always just be like, yeah, let's get loud, get so loud, and fucking break pint glasses and get us thrown out of bars and shit. So I was just like, well, that kind of translates over because, you know, we all like to get loud, and that's the kind of scene this is. It's a loud scene, so Get Loud Records, it seemed all right.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.